His eye looked like it had a client, like, we were in it. Because even Vaseline wouldn't, yeah, it wouldn't even close it.
We're peaceful people.
They said they need me back.
We don't have those. It takes 20 clips.
We don't even know.
But they're not even that bad.
How old my girls are?
Did you post the grades from that last quiz we did?
No, I noticed those are still in my binder. I'll get those in this afternoon.
You can keep those grades.
We're allowing you to keep some of that stuff. Oh, what they're doing about
Yeah, the
that.
He wasn't even there the past 2
At least
weeks.
it will blow up.
Just take-
All right, let's look at number 7.
Did you finish them? Oh, yeah, you finished them.
Each year, Andrea Choi donates a total of $1,000 for scholarships at Mercer County Community College. This year, she wants the amount she donates for scholarships for liberal arts to be 3 times the amount she donates for scholarships for business. Determine the amount she will donate for each type of scholarship. All right, so this is an example of one where there's not a question. So that's why I write the question or direction at the end. It tells us to do something as opposed to asking us what some value is. So, what is it that we're looking for? Amount she's going to donate to what? So then there's 2 types of scholarships. So that means we're going to have 2 variables here. I'm going to use L for liberal arts. And I'll use B for business. All right, is there a total?
Yeah,
Yes.
1,000, and what does that $1,000 represent as a total?
So amount of scholarship money she's done.
Yeah, total donation for scholarship, that's right.
Can the variables be the same?
Yes, you can relate them to each other, which is what we're gonna have to do anyways, but yes.
Well, this remind me of the video.
That's right. Okay, so now let's organize how we come up with that total. So again, this part I write down, but it's something you have to be thinking at least in your brain, and that is, so in my head, I'm thinking that the total scholarship donation is equal to the total liberal arts plus the total business. So the main part is I have to recognize I'm adding 2 amounts to get my total. So I know I'm going to have 1,000 equals L plus B. And this is the part where if you don't want the 2 variables to start with, you can make this relationship that we're going to do next. And that is that line that says, yeah, for the amount she donates for scholarships for liberal arts, she wants that to be 3 times the amount she donates. So this is the other part. It says the amount for liberal arts is to be 3 times the amount she donates to business. So if I were to translate this, I would say that L is, this to be would be an is, 3 times the business. Which means if L is equivalent in value to 3 times what B is, and this is what some of you are already doing, we just substitute this L with the 3B. Some of you are doing this by getting here to start with. Some of you may want to just recognize a substitution takes place. So all I'm saying is these are equivalent values. The amount sent to liberal arts is 3 times business. So I substituted and got this. All right, so now to solve, we'll add like terms and then divide. All right, so we went through the work of translating the problem, we solved. Some of us have an X there, some of us have a B. What does that mean? What have I determined?
That's for the business.
Right. So I'm going to answer $250 to business. The direction says find the amount donated to each, so I need to find liberal arts, and how can I do that?
That would be like times 3.
That's one way. What's another way I could do it? Yeah. So if we know 1,000 is the total, we can subtract this from 1,000. Or if we recognize that the problem told us that liberal arts was 3 times this amount, then I can multiply times 3, both of which give us the same answer, just different ways of getting there. Need to make sure we label with money, because that's what we're talking about, and then we have to specify what goes where. You can't just write 250 and 750, even though you've done the work, and not indicate which one goes to business, which one goes to liberal arts. So make sure we label.
Are you gonna deduct for that on the tests?
If you don't label, it would be a situation where out of a question of 4, you would get 3 of the points because you've done all the work, but you'd miss a point for not labeling. There are a lot of people on these tests, for whatever reason, they don't go back and make sure it makes sense, and I'll get answers like this, 250 to liberal arts and 750 to business. So obviously to get these answers, they had to do the work right, but then they didn't apply what their variable. And I see that happen a lot when X is used. We'll get an X, they don't remember that X meant business, and so they just throw a label up there, and then they're not paying attention. It's one of the reasons I like to use a letter that indicates what it is I'm solving for, but X works. All right, work collaboratively or independently if you'd like to see what you can do with finding equations, writing equations.
So you said they'll be back.
Yeah.